Hello everybody, it is Canada Graphs here. This will be a set report for The Flash, Season 9, Episode 10. This is directed by the showrunner, Eric Wallace. And this is from a couple weeks ago. Sorry I'm a little late getting it out, but kind of got distracted and backlogged. Here you see Jesse L. Martin and Patrick Sabonge are back. They are, of course, Joe West and David Singh, and yeah, that's Eric Wallace talking to them there in the green cap and the face mask. This was the first scene that they did of the. They did a 2-day shoot there. This was on the first day. There'll be stuff from the second day coming up with different actors. You'll see in a minute, but in this scene, they're just doing a casual conversation at a crime scene. You can see in the actually, you can't see from this angle, but there are other like police officers around doing things and all that, and all of a sudden Joe turns around, notices something on the ground, and he goes over just to see what it is, pick it up off the ground, and you might recognize right away what it is when he turns around. That is okay, I guess you can't see it from there. You will in a second. That is the blue crystal that we saw at the end of Season 8, and the mystery behind that has still not been solved yet. At the start of Season 9, because we just saw the Season 9 premiere a couple days ago. But here they are doing the scene again, and as you saw in that first take, Joe walked away with it in his hand, but every other take he did, that's not what he did. You'll see in a second. So yeah, sometimes the equipment gets in the way when they're doing a scene, because you know they gotta move with the angle of the equipment or whatever, so sometimes my view is limited for a moment, but then it clears up again. So Joe's gonna go over there in a second again, see it on the ground, and he will react differently than he did that other take. Every other take he did this. Puts it in his pocket, turns around, and then Singh comes back to have a talk with him. So there you see Detective Singh comes back, has a talk with him. Joe says something to him and kind of walks off, and Singh kind of gives him an odd look as he walks away, kind of like, what's up with that? So here's the second day's shoot, and as you can tell, that is John Wesley Shipp and Michelle Harrison doing a scene, and I know that she is playing Nora, which makes me believe that John is playing Henry, based off of what I knew from that day. And they're doing a scene that's set in the past, because you can just see, like, in the background, back at their start location, there's a poster there for like cheap burgers, cheaper than you get today, and then she's also got like a flip phone in her hand. Here you see Grant Gustin on the ground, and Grant Gustin is out cold. He got flung towards that car. I know a lot of people at the time thought he got hit by the car when they saw the still photos of it, but he actually was flung towards the car, and the car stopped in front of him. So that is what happens in the scene. Here is the scene from a different angle. I was filming this from up in our library. It's funny, I'd been there for 2 days using it at different points, no problem. Then all of a sudden, like this day after this take, a random crew member in the library just came up to me. He's like, you kind of can't be here. I'm like, really? I've been here for like 2 days. He's like, well, you shouldn't have been. So I got kind of lucky with that. But here, you know, they're doing the scene. They walk over, they get some jitters together. They're just hanging out, having a chat, being husband and wifey, you know. And eventually the scene will move away from there. I apologize, by the way, for all the moving around I had to do in this scene, because there are bars from the window that get in the way of the angle, so I had to keep moving up and down this staircase to get around them. And it's kind of inconvenient. So there you see Grant, and he's about to get down on the ground. Eventually. There we go. They put apparently they forgot to put the mat down for him. So yeah. He's waiting for the car that's supposedly supposed to stop in front of him there, so you'll see he's going to get down on like one hand, and if you notice the position he's in, he's going to roll towards the car. As I mentioned to you guys a minute ago, he doesn't get hit by the car, he rolls towards the car after being flung into the street by something or someone, and that's where Henry and Nora find him. So Henry comes over, like basically like slams on the car, like stop please, and then they go over to him, and you know, they give him a look over. You know, Henry's a doctor, so you know he's able to do that. Well, Nora gets on the phone and probably phones 911, I'm guessing, or maybe someone else they know, who knows. But that's the whole scene, and that is all they shot on this location. They did have other locations across the street and a couple other things going on over those 2 days, but that was it. This is some still photos from that day. This is the clapperboard used for the episode. You can see the episode 910 up there in the top right corner. This is one of their old school police cars they were using on set that day. You can see the Central City Police logo on it, the old style lights on it, the old style design of it. Here is Patrick Sabangi as David Singh. You could see like his hair's a little different than it usually would be nowadays. He's got like a different type of goatee looking on. There is showrunner and the episode's director, Eric Wallace, talking to Jesse L. Martin there in between scenes. You can see Jesse still wearing the Central City Police jacket. And there he is now talking to Patrick Sabangi in between scenes, giving him some info like, I need you to do this. Walk this way, that way. There you can see Jesse holding the blue crystal, which we now know to be much more notable. I guess you'll see those in maybe like my set 913 video if you don't know about it yet. There is Jesse and Patrick doing the scene together. Here's a jitter stand they had out there, which had an array of things, which I find a little curious because I don't think half of that type of stuff would have been available at a coffee shop in like 2000, but okay. Here you see John Wesley Shipp and Michelle Harrison doing a walking and talking scene together. They stop. You can see Michelle is holding a cell phone in her hand that is kind of the early 2000s era, but she's also holding a coffee cup, which I would associate more with the late 2010s, early 2020s, but sure. There's Grant Gustin leaning on the ground, getting ready to do that rolling scene where he rolls towards the car. There he is having a nap. You know, tough day on set, need a break. Michelle and John hanging out over top of him, trying to get him to get up and do some work. There she is. She's phoning the director. She's like, you know what, Grant just can't get him up off the ground. Can you come in and do something about it? And Henry's like, whoa, you're getting up way too fast there. Later, they did a scene across the street, and there they had a Gamby cleaner's truck, which I don't recall seeing since the pilot episode. I remember he ran into the one in the pilot episode. I don't think we've seen one since. And that's it for this. I do have more. I have 912 and 913 video coming soon. I also still obviously have Superman and Lois stuff, but that's it for this episode. Thanks. Bye.